I saw this movie on a spur of the moment kind of thing. I actually planned on seeing One Battle After Another in theaters, but I never got around to actually doing it. One of the reasons was because I lacked the funds to just waste time to go to the movies. But also, it never really seemed that appealing to me outside of just it kind of looked like it was an okay watch, but couldn't really trust it, you know? Didn't really hear anything that was like substantially awe-inspiring about the movie to make me want to go see it, let alone the trailers or anything like that doing justice enough to be like, okay, this might be fun, interesting, or like, you know, pretty decent action, pretty decent comedy, something along that lines. A decent 7 out of 10 kind of movie is what I was thinking, but at that time I was like, nothing is worth money when it's a 7 out of 10. You can easily sell the 7 C's or go on the Grand Line if you want to see a 7 out of 10 movie. And I just sat up one Sunday and just decided to actually look at it. No, Saturday. It was a Saturday. And decided to actually just sit down and watch One Battle After Another. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by the fact that the movie was not as good as I thought it was going to be. I honestly was giving the movie way too much credit based off of the fact that I didn't hear anything damning about the movie. But ultimately, the movie itself was a huge nothing burger. And I mean that because it's bloated. It's bloated with so much nonsense that it's just kind of hard to digest. Not that you can't understand what's going on, but just realistically, Leonardo DiCaprio does not need to be in this movie in order for this movie to be a movie. Like, he's barely a character that has any type of necessary element towards the plot. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like the perfect cuck movie, if you will. I mean, like if you know the story, then you know the story. And that's one of the reasons why I justify the notion of saying, yeah, cuck. Like, and that's unbelievably ridiculous, because the movie does everything it can to basically diminish him as a man. And that's what's really disheartening, is because that's not necessary. But you just have so much bloated moments and so many things that happen where it just kind of nick away at him being a competent man, let alone a person who would exist or matter within the confines of what the story is doing. Now, the story essentially is that you got a bunch of people who are revolutionaries going against the government. And why are they going against the government? What is it they stand for? What it is that they're fighting for? I don't fucking know. The movie doesn't tell you, ever. It never tells you. And that got to be one of the worst aspects about this movie. But yeah, like, they just kind of, they just go and do shit. So it's like they rob banks to fund the shit that they're doing. They free people because the people can help them out, or they know about them doing stuff like not really internment camps, but just kind of getting up illegal immigrants. So it's like, are they for immigration or for people who there's no justification behind anything that they do, but they're supposed to be revolutionaries, I guess. And the story centers around Leonardo DiCaprio being a demolitions expert for the revolution. And he basically is in a relationship with one of the main leaders of the revolution, this chick. And then the chick is just basically hardcore, can do no wrong, badass lady or whatever. But then the movie immediately does a weird left turn because she has a captain or whatever on gunpoint, and then she told him to get hard for her. And then I'm immediately taken back, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be that kind of a movie. And I was like, just weird for like in every aspect for no goddamn reason. And that's exactly what it was. I find it weird that most movies are starting to do stuff like that now and try to justify it, when realistically it was like, that was an okay thing in Wolf of Wall Street, but Wolf of Wall Street, it played off of that in order for the plot to go. Weird, crazy, outlandish shit kept happening because that's who that guy was and that's how that world worked. But in this movie, it doesn't fit. Her doing that when they're in the middle of doing something and she just got this guy off guard, but she's not even really all hung up on him. She's all hung up on Leo. And it's like, yeah, why would you make him do that? What the hell did you gain out of that? Then he was just walking with a hard dick, and it was like, all right, is he embarrassed? Is this to diminish him or anything like that? And it's like, no, you just did it. It was like, all right, I guess. And then for like all their grandstand and boasting and whatnot, and it was like the dude immediately tracked them down, and he was just following them because he was attracted to the girl. And it was like, that was it. Like, I was like, they just, like, he just found them that easy. Like, just Jesus Christ. And I was like, but yet when you see exactly how deep the organization goes later on in the movie, it's like, how the fuck did he just find them? Like, how are they this bad at doing things? But again, the movie never explains anything. They never showcase anything as to how the plot is able to just go. Characters just appear in places. They don't really explain how they got there or what it is that they found out to get there. They just appear. And it's really dumb. Really, really dumb. And it takes away so much from the movie. And then you have the added aspect of essentially the chick gets caught by the captain. They actually have an affair. He then is able to get her on charges because she gets arrested. And then upon her getting arrested, she then decides to do a plea deal. And this is where things get even more annoying because, again, you spent the entirety of this movie propping up her as this great woman, only then for her to turn into a fucking rat. She turns into a rat and no one talks bad about her or diminishes her. You don't have Leo think less of her because of doing what she did, nor do you have any like negative aspect going on because she did what she did. Nah, it's just she was a rat. The people that they knew got, and then Leo had to go into hiding with their daughter. And then the movie just goes 16 years later. This idiot is now basically just constantly in a stupor, either drunk or high. And then he just forgot all of the training and all the things that he learned and put into practice when he was a part of the resistance or the revolutionary. And then yet, for whatever reason, his daughter is on point. But he taught the daughter, and he's more paranoid than the daughter is, yet he forgets simple shit that he was told and explained. Remember this, and like, so whenever his shit goes bad, you're able to find out what you need to find out. And it's like, it's basic shit that it makes no sense why he would forget it, and then basically other characters talk down to him because he forgot it. And it's like, why would you forget that? Like, you would need to remember that. You know you need to remember that, but you're tripping right now. And it's like, but no one made you become an idiot except for you. But here you are, and it's like, fuck, why is this movie like this? And again, none of this is integral to the rest of the plot of the movie because everything else happens without him being there because he doesn't remember how to do simplistic shit. So because he doesn't know how to do simplistic shit, he can't find certain locations in certain places or get to certain areas. And so because of that, he's not present when half of the shit, well, actually a majority of the shit goes down involving his daughter until the very end of the movie. And it's like, why is the runtime so long if this is what you're going to do with this character? And nothing else happens that matters. And it's like, you have so many moments where it's like, I know you thought this was going to be an emotional breakdown or something like that, but you did nothing with these characters to justify it. You spent more time showing Leonardo DiCaprio being a bumbling idiot than you do actually developing the relationship between him and his daughter. The daughter gets that he's paranoid, and then he's just an overprotective dad, but she also was aware that, you know, they in it. And she does follow some of the rules, but at the same time, she does stupid girl shit. But also, if you in it, you would know not to do the stupid girl shit because it would be negative. It would not help you. It'd be so bad. And there's nothing where it's like, you jeopardize so much by doing stupid, goofy shit because you're acting like a girl. And it's like, is anyone going to say that to her? And it's like, no. You just let it happen. Why? Because she's her mother's daughter and you got to treat them like they're golden. Why? Because they're a female. But Leo's an idiot. Leo ain't shit. It's like Leo was doing things where it was like, man, this was what someone who would be like this would do. And yet there was nothing positive of him acting that way or him doing anything of that nature because it never was justified. By the end of the movie, you just kind of had shit happening. He was just doing something else on the back end because he was just being an idiot. Not good. Really not good. I mean, hell, even the mom, who was a rat, got away from the government, even though she was going to be in witness protection, got away scot-free, and then is just free. She doesn't get tracked down. She isn't afraid of someone finding her out. They're not, the resistance isn't after her or anything like that. She's just gone. They just recognize that she was a rat, and they just be like, well, she was a rat. And it's like, what? She got people killed. A lot of people killed. Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? It's like, hell, she didn't even want her daughter when she had the daughter. One of the reasons why she got in trouble in the first place, because she was just willing to just throw her life away despite the fact that she had a family, something that Leo was trying to get her to commit to. And then at the end of the movie, she wrote it, like, and I thought this was so outrageous because I was like, this was the most egregious thing that happened to this movie in terms of it trying to have like an actual nice ending. And this is how fucked up this movie was. The movie had her write her daughter a letter. Leo never gave the daughter the letter because he didn't know if she was ready for it, because he told the daughter she died being a hero. And it's only later when she finds out that the mom was actually a rat. But again, nothing bad happens because of that. She doesn't sit there and cuss out or talk bad about her mom or anything like that. She just goes, my mom was a hero. Your mom was a rat. Oh my God. Was she a rat? Yeah. Oh my God. That's it. That's as far as that confrontation with the mom or anything like that goes. But Leo gives her a note. And then she's about to read, he goes, if you want your privacy, you can. And she just walks into another room with the door open so she can read the note. And I thought that was unbelievably outrageous because she's reading a note from the mom, whom realistically she shouldn't have as much admiration for as she should, because she found out that the mom is the reason why they're living the life that they're living in the first place, because she went against the revolution. And in doing so, it kind of undermined Leo, who essentially was the parent that's there for her. He was the parent that raised her, taught her, and brought her up and doing things like that. But she's been undermining him at every turn for the longest. Yes, he's been a drunken idiot, but he's the one who taught you the shit that you know that led to your survival anyway, which wouldn't be in peril in the first place if your mom wasn't a fucking rat. And so then afterwards, she just goes up and hugs Leo, and then she hears on the radio someone asking for help and they're doing a protest or whatever, and then she just rushes off to go do it. No questions asked, no whatever. We got no justification of her wanting to be part of resistance or actually wanting to be in this lifestyle. She's just doing it. Why? I don't know. She has a vagina. The mom did it. She was golden, so why wouldn't the daughter do it? And it's like, is Leo going with her? Is he helping? He's now fighting again the good fight now that the daughter is safe and he's okay. No, these assholes are back in the house that got raided by the government in the beginning of the movie. And then they're off doing the same shit that had the government looking for them in the first place at the end of the movie, while they're in the same house that was already raided and they located. No, nothing is learned in this movie. No one gains anything. This is a very dumb movie, but it's called One Battle After Another. But it seems as if all the problems stem from the fact that these people have no fucking idea what the hell they're doing. It is a very dumb movie. It was very goofy. Thinking back on a lot of key moments and key points, I just don't understand what the hell is going on. Hell, what's his name? Del Toro is in this movie, great actor, and he's just such a nothing burger as well, because he's the one helping Leo. But it's like, again, Leo ain't doing anything. So this guy helping Leo is also not doing anything. So I was like, all right, you're here, but for what? And it's like, you could cut out those guys from the movie and you would have a shorter movie that would make more sense. But far be it from me to actually correct people on what it is that's good or bad. But by all means, this movie is not really worth a watch. It honestly wasn't really good. And as far as acting or anything goes, like, everyone was just kind of sporadic. Nothing, no real highlight on any type of scene, moment, or anything like that. And nothing really came into the fields. Hell, Sean Penn is in this movie and he acts the way that he does. And it's like, all right, whatever. But it's like every character was like that. And to me, that's a justification of like just a really, really subpar movie. It's not worth watching, let alone being a part of some collection. So by all means, you know, I say give this one a big pass. I know people will probably prop it up because they might like different elements of it, but it had that snide, downplay shit that happens when it comes to male characters, when it's like, yeah, they're not outwardly saying that this guy sucks or that he's bad, but they're low-key doing shit to let you know that they don't really care about this guy. And the movie shows it. fuck, when he comes to save the daughter at the very end of the movie, the daughter acts like she doesn't know who he is, and it doesn't make any sense. It's like, why would you do that to him? Of all people, him. And it was like, your dad. It was like, everyone else you can't trust, but the dad, seriously? But again, you got to undermine him in order for this movie to make sense. But that's just the way it is. So, yeah, that's my review of One Battle After Another. This has been another episode of Fun with Flame. I've been your host, Danieltheflame, and as always, good people, hope you have fun.